Hello, everyone. This is Ramesh Dontha for the AI Entrepreneurs. One of the things that I've been trying to do is uncover all the shifts and trends that are happening in the AI space to see how they translate into careers and then the skills that we need and how can we position ourselves. And the reason, of course, is AI is no longer hype and it's a reality, and lots of shifts are happening in the career space and jobs and skills. So if I can help somehow figure these out, position ourselves, including myself, so that hopefully will help everybody. So that's what this particular episode is about. And this is based on the Sunday special that we publish in the AI Entrepreneurs newsletter. You can, by the way, subscribe to it. So that's where we focus exclusively on things, the training that's needed and the skills that are required and the career changes that are happening, shifts that are happening. Okay. So that's what this recording is going to be about. Okay. So now let me restate what I've said before, and I'm saying it now, is that 2026 is quietly becoming the year that AI careers get more accessible and more practical and more human at the same time. And to some of the things I'm going to lay out today, hopefully will prove to you that that is the case. So basically, there are three big signals that I'm going to talk about. So one is LinkedIn's AI workforce grants new on-ramps to AI careers. The most important AI launch this week wasn't a model, it was a funding mechanism. LinkedIn's 2026 Future of Work style grants are turning nonprofits, schools, and workforce organizations into always-on talent engines with up to six-figure support plus product access to build AI boot camps, job pipelines, and training programs. This is one of the major announcement from LinkedIn, and which of course a lot of people are going there for jobs and also some of the training that they've unveiled. So why I believe it matters in practice. Number one is nonprofits become talent accelerators, not just service providers, by running AI powered operations, support, and data workflows. Underserved communities and younger workers get structured on ramps into AI enabled roles instead of being left behind the AI engine branding. And then this is where the digital divide at times I talked about, which I believe hopefully this grants will help bridge that digital divide. Builders can partner with these programs to pilot tools, source talent, and plug directly into hiring pipelines. So now it widens the pipeline and the pool for people to hire. If you're a builder or educator, the asymmetric move is to be early, design programs, apply for funding from LinkedIn, and set yourself up as a node where AI skills and employers intersect, right? So something that hopefully you can take advantage of. The second one is the OpenAI Academy. So they have Academy. It's turning Use ChatGPT into portfolio work. So OpenAI Academy is taking AI education out of think pieces and into real workflows. So the tracks like a codex for software engineers and ChatGPT for resume and interviews, they live where work actually happens, debugging brittle services, wiring agents into production, and preparing for high stakes interviews. So actually putting together entire workflow together through the academy. And the reason I believe this is different from generic AI literacy courses are the tracks are short sprints, not semesters, designed to ship something concrete in weeks: code, portfolio, upgrade resumes, and interview prep. They center on current models and tools, so you practice with the same stack employers are already adopting. For career switchers, there are a lot of people out there. Academy becomes a structural way to move from casual AI usage to demonstrable, hireable output. The play here is simple. Treat each track as a project generator. Walk out with the GitHub repos, case studies, and job-ready artifacts, not just certificates, right? So these are real workflows that will help you, whether it's build something or to get a job or switch a career. I think it makes the OpenAI's Academy a safe place to practice AI-assisted development on real repositories instead of toy examples. The third thing I'm going to talk about is the McKinsey's Skill Index is a risk map underneath. So McKinsey updated the Skill Change Index is the underlying risk map that explains why the programs matter so much in 2026. It draws a hard line between work that is AI is compressing. So what areas it's actually compressing, like a digital processing, routine information handling, and work that compounds with the AI, that multiplies with the AI. So negotiation, leadership, complex problem solving. So those are the ones that actually multiply and compound with AI. Whereas the digital processing and routine information handling, they get compressed, right? So it helps you figure out where you need to expand your skill set. The blunt takeaway here is that avoiding AI is the riskiest move. I've been saying that, just not thinking about AI, avoiding is not the right thing. And stacking judgment, coordination, and domain expertise on top of AI is the safest. You're already expert in a domain, so on top of that, stack AI. And then the LinkedIn's grant fund, the on ramps and OpenAI Academy, they help you upgrade your tools and skills. So, taken together, these three developments sketch a coherent playbook for 2026. Our new grant funding makes AI career access more equitable, and applied academies turn frontier tools into everyday workflows. And the skills map shows where to double down to your advantage instead of things that are being compressed. So, hope you can take advantage of this, and avoiding AI is not the smartest thing to do right now. So hopefully this helps you. And with that, Ramesh Dontha signing off. And until next episode.